G'day everyone, welcome back to the shed. My name's Mark and this is part 2 of the repair on the steering cover for the steamroller. I showed that previously. I'll drop another photo in here. So what we're going to look at is the little cover that you can open up and drop oil onto the worm, so the worm and worm wheel have plenty of lubrication, plus the bearing faces and so on. So we'll flip around and we'll have a look at that. This is the cover in question. It's just an oil cover, and what's happened is when it was placed into the park, like in a lot of other rollers, it was welded in place, and we broke the welds off, and as you can see that the welds are leaving slight dags. Let's get it closer. There we go. I could leave it like that, but with this far down on the rebuild, we might as well fix it up. There's two sides. Now, it's very superficial. Most people wouldn't worry about this, but I'm going to fix it up. So we'll get the TIG welder out. We'll give this a bit of a sandblast, get any crap off, and we'll put some very fine welds on here where my finger is with the TIG welder. I'll give it a quick sandblast first. We'll show you what we're going to do there, and then I'll show you the setup with the TIG welder. You may have seen this in other videos I've done, but this is my sandblasting cabinet. It's a Tool Pro brand. That's what it is here for me in Australia. Made in China, of course, like all of them. Airline going from the compressor, not the biggest airline, but it does the job. Air gun, which sucks up the sand in the bottom or whatever media you've got in here and blasts it out at a fast rate. One upgrade I have, a couple upgrades I have made to this sandblaster is the light on top. These come with a light that goes on the inside, which I'll show you here. Goes in between those two clips, but it's just a very small fluoro that gets sandblasted really quick and loses its brightness. It gets dull very quick. So I've retrofitted this with LED light, which makes a world of difference, as you can see. The other thing we've done is we've set up the vacuum cleaner down here. So I'm getting positive suction of sucking out. Sometimes it probably sucks a bit too much out, but it does a great job. So that's the sandblaster. Let's get our part, give it a quick sandblast, and then onto some TIG welding. We've now got our part in the sandblaster. I've got the door closed, so nice positive seal there. I'll turn the vacuum cleaner on. The compressor will probably kick in at some stage. It's going to get fairly loud, so I'll edit the audio in post so it's not too crazy. Here we go. Righto, this is the Unimig Razor AC/DC pulse welder. It'll do TIG and arc welding in all the various formats, as you can see. I've got the amperage set pretty low. I'm going to start with low amperage, and I'll just step through and make sure everything's right. Post, finish amp, no, we're going to come down. Leave it, the finish amp is not really going to matter. Actually, it probably will. So I'll set the finish amp at 50, 2.4, starting, let's get that right down to 45, starting amp, and the peak amp, yeah, I'll start at 45. This machine is more capable than what I do with it. It really is a good machine. I've had it for a while now. There's all sorts of welders out there. I brought this a couple of years ago now. It's been a great machine. I can't fault it. It'll do arc welding. I've mainly just got it set up for TIG. And it's just the perfect machine for what I do here at home. I'd like to do more with it, but once again, that comes back to my work, how much I'm on the road with work. Now, I haven't modified this welder in any way. Some people put a foot pedal on. I haven't got one of those. It's just all stock standard, whatever was in the box, however it came, and that's what I'm using. That's rusty as anything. That needs to go in the bin. I weld left-handed. Most people are right-handed. It doesn't matter which way you weld as long as the weld welds. Now, on the previous, when I was doing the sandblasting, the video may have been out of focus a bit. That's probably because the way I had the phone sitting, it was looking through the glass, it was looking through into the cabinet, so it could be a bit out of focus. I apologise for that if that's the case. However, let's get on. Righto. Quick word on TIG welding. The TIG welding, this is not to teach you how to TIG weld. There's plenty of videos out there on YouTube. If you're interested in learning how to TIG weld, go and watch some of those videos. There's some great videos out there, really good resources, and also some online stuff that I'm sure you can find. TIG welding really needs to, it's all about the preparation. Everything needs to be cleaned. So I've given our filler rod a bit of a tickle up, given it a wipe down with acetone. We've got this nicely sandblasted. PPE is very important, personal protective equipment. I do see some people on YouTube welding in short sleeves and things like that. The problem with that is TIG welding gives off a lot of UV rays, so you can get sunburnt very quickly. Trust me, I've learnt by mistakes, by my own mistakes. But in saying that, we'll get my gloves on, I'll get my helmet on, I'll get myself set up, and I'll run a bead of weld and see what it looks like. Right, we're back. As you can see, I did a little test weld off camera just to see how it went, and it went really well. The amperage could probably go up a little bit. The fans kicked in, as you can hear, on the welder, but I might just go up a couple of notches, and we'll do another bead and see how that goes. I'm keeping the torch over the weld to get that gas shielding, making sure it doesn't oxidise too quickly. And I'll get my eyes on and I'll have a close look at that. It's starting to look really good. We'll put a bead on this side. Just that way I've got plenty of coverage on this side here. That's where my finger is. So I can grind it back off and just blend it in nicely. Let's zoom in a bit here. I'll reposition and it should get a nice tight arc shot. It's one of the other things I'm trying to do, is trying to keep a nice tight arc, get a really nice bead. It's a fairly warm night here in my part of the world, and these gloves that I'm wearing, Tigmate Pro, I've got to thank my mate Mark for giving them to me. They're really comfortable, really nice gloves, but boy, do you start to sweat pretty quick in them. Getting really good gas flow, good good bead. Everything's going nicely here. Well, from behind here anyway. Righto folks, well, a little bit of work off camera just to fix up a couple of tiny little bits, but still a little bit warm there after welding and grinding and all that wonderful stuff. I'm very happy with that, how it's come up. Couldn't ask for much better. So I'll give that a undercoat. Probably give it another sandblast and an undercoat, and that way stop the rust getting to it. But that's it. That's the end of part 2 for this on the on that little cover. There's still more to go on the actual cover. This thing here. Let's turn around and get it right. That thing there. There's still more work to go there. Fair bit of work actually. A bit more involved than what I first thought, but a lot of these things are. And we're going to have to take some rivets out, take these off. I want to keep them mainly because they're original, and they're still in good shape. They don't have, the only load bearing they have is just holding this on. So even though there is a little bit of deterioration on this one here, it's still going to do the job. Anyway, thanks everyone. We'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now. Bye.